anyone wants to suggest.
Changes or additions?
To today's agenda?
Yeah.
Can we add the potential for lawn signs, like that email that I sent? And,
For what?
I sent an email about potentially us like handing out lawn signs at the farmer's market.
I'll add it under new business.
Okay. All right, and it doesn't look like we have any public input unless you got any letters or anything.
I do not.
Okay. All right, then, approval of the December 24 minutes.
Oh, I didn't print them out.
I was here.
Well, we've got, you printed them out the last time, but
Did
we
I?
didn't have enough people here to approve them, so.
Okay.
Let's
Let
see,
me
the
see.
people who were here were me,
Oh, you have them.
Steve, Noel, Jackie, and that was about it. So I guess we could, does anybody want to move to approve the December?
I'll make that motion.
You can't because you, oh yeah, you were, I'm sorry.
I was here.
Okay. Second? Okay, all 5 of us in favor? 4, I guess. Okay. Then I guess that's approved. And then you gave us the February minutes. I don't know if anybody's got any comments or any changes to the February minutes?
You just want to write meeting minutes instead of agenda, right?
Yeah. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, hang on a second, because I got to get the vote right for the December meeting.
Oh,
Who was on? No.
We abstained.
So were you on?
No.
You weren't on. You weren't on, so 3 abstained. Okay, I'm sorry.
well, that's okay.
I had a wrong total here and I couldn't figure out. 4, 7, 8, 9. Okay, all right. Sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
it's okay. All right, so we've got the February minutes in front of us. So I don't know if anybody's got any changes or additions to,
Just the title, I
minutes.
believe.
Yeah.
Right.
We have to
It's
update.
minutes
I have
instead of
agenda.
Okay, so does anybody want to move, I'll move that we approve the February minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
I abstained.
Okay. Okay.
6 abstained. 6 ayes. 0 nays. 2 absent. 1 abstained. Okay, thank you.
Okay, and you said that there was no
I do not have any
no correspondence at all? Now, the next thing is the Air and Waste Management Association had a meeting February 25th, and the topic there was the new freshwater wetlands regulations. So I printed out the presentation that the person made. So I don't know if that's something that people want to see, or if they want a copy of it, or what, but it was, they basically went through all the regulations.
Is that the same one that you
item by
emailed,
item.
or no? That was the
No,
EMC one?
that was a different
Okay.
topic, but this I couldn't figure out how to email, so I just.
So it was
Yeah,
air
I'll
and
do it.
waste
It
management?
was the Air and Waste Management Association.
Okay.
That was the
And
luncheon one?
it was the luncheon, and the presentation was by somebody from Labella. By Shelby Sova. So she,
Oh, Shelby's been here before.
okay, well, she did the presentation on the new wetland regulations.
Press and hold the bottom of the
tip,
microphone.
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, working.
I see a blue light.
I don't know.
Give it a tap. No dice.
I see.
Light two there.
Oh, there it is.
Now you're live.
Okay,
Is yours guys on? You gotta press and hold the bottom button on the bottom of the microphone.
On the back.
the back,
Yeah.
not the bottom, but the back. There you go,
Yes.
you're on his.
There we go.
Cool.
Thank you, guys.
So, like I said, I printed out the presentation, so I don't know if people want a copy of it or if people just want to look at it.
Yeah, I'll read through it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Wasn't there another wetlands webinar today, I think, at 10 a.m.? I think there was one.
I don't know.
I think there was for municipalities, maybe. I was registered for it for work, but I couldn't attend it. But pretty sure there was one today.
I don't know.
I believe I sent out the link to the page that also has information on that, on the freshwater wetlands
Yeah.
last month. Didn't I send it out right at that night at the meeting?
Yeah.
Yes, but that wasn't was it the same presentation, you think?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to look it up right now. Thought there was one today. I forgot who it was presented
Anyway,
by.
it sounds like they've made things very complicated.
Yeah, on February 6th, I sent the public webinar slides, as well as the link to the freshwater wetlands. They have a whole page on the New York State DEC website, if you want to go look at it. It's very informative.
Okay.
Is it a done deal, or is it in the approval stage?
No, it's a
Done.
done deal, but I think there's things that are kicking in now, and then there's things that'll be kicking in the future. I mean, as of right now, I mean, I guess the maps that are out there are really for information only. If you have anything that looks like a wetland, then you need a specific determination from the DEC.
Yes. So anytime anybody comes into town hall right now, we are referring them to this website to check to see if they need a jurisdictional determination letter for any work done near or by a wetland. Water, body of water. We'd rather be safe than sorry.
Sure.
Our neighborhood is all a jurisdictional wetland, pretty much, because we're an urban area. So every
Yeah, pretty much. the
every
whole
water
town,
body
yeah.
around us is considered a wetland. But it would also be the vernal pools and all those odd, weird things that will be added.
Yeah, so they've come up with a list of 11 different criteria that can kick you into a wetland of unusual importance
Yeah.
that would make it regulated wetland.
Yeah.
And I guess in January of '28, the default size of wetlands is going to go from 12.4 acres to 7.4 acres. So even if it's not unusual.
2028.
Yes. So anyway, it was a very complicated and complete presentation. And I'm not exactly a wetlands expert, so I'm not sure
Me either.
how to compare it. But people seem to get a lot out of it. There are a lot of questions afterwards and things like that, so.
Good.
So people who do know about wetlands, apparently we're getting a message.
I think that's something to keep in mind when we write the wetland e-pods too. How to go about that. Using, because they're still using those maps for reference, so I think that those should still be used in our e-pod as reference, just to kind of ping when people need to get that jurisdictional determination. Because the main areas aren't changing, so whether you're in or around that area, it'll still require you to get that jurisdictional determination from the DEC and then we move forward.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they need to remap down by me and, you know,
That's the,
Conifer and Hoffman.
that's the thing, they're not mapping anymore. They don't want to map anymore. So now it's going by project. If you have a project at your house, you have to call the DEC, they come out, they're like, obviously you're in a wetland, so you have to follow these guidelines.
Yeah.
The maps that they have currently now, they change from regulatory to just reference only.
Right, yeah. Oh, when they raised the road there, they at least doubled the size of the wetland.
Yep.
Maybe tripled it.
There's always been water issues down there, hasn't Spring Valley?
Well,
In Spring
yeah,
Valley.
ever since they did all that development up on Titus without the proper, you know, water retention.
Water runs downhill. You're downhill.
Yeah.
All right, so, I mean, that's being passed around. I guess if we wanted copies, we can always, I mean, town can always make copies for whoever wanted.
Sure, I could always scan it and email it too.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's maybe, what, 20 pages?
Sure.
All right, I guess the next item, or actually was the first item, and I skipped over it, is Scott had come up with a possible letter to Transfiguration Church about some property that they own,
Yeah.
and we were going to suggest to them that maybe they'd want to donate it, I guess. And I know we were going to check the legal status of whether, you know, we could send out a letter like that, or whether.
Well, you just wrote the letter
Well,
to contact us.
Just
Yeah,
to
I like
open the
that.
conversation and see
Yeah.
what their
I thought it was well written. I mean,
goal is.
Yeah.
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 Vague, but yeah.
So, what was it, 2 summers ago? Not last summer, but the summer before. The church started a GoFundMe for $100,000 to help save the tree out front. And I thought that was a great idea. I thought the number was a little bonkers. So I reached out to the church and kind of asked what their plan was and wanted to offer some guidance, because if they're raising that much kind of money, I wanted to know what they're actually planning to do with it. So I met with the church and Bartlett Tree Company, and they had a bunch of really good ideas, air spading around the tree and adding some biochar and a bunch of really creative stuff. I don't know what they actually ended up doing. I know they did some pruning to reduce the size of the crown and stuff and help it out, but I don't know what they did beyond that, fertilizing or whatever. But while we were there, I just was talking to one of the guys, and I was like, yeah, I grew up right across the street from that field. I played baseball, soccer, you name it, football, every day in that field. And he's like, yeah, Boy Scouts aren't using it anymore, so I think we're looking to move on from it. I was like, oh, I would hate to see that developed. I was like, give me a call if you are going to do that. And he called me, and he's like, hey, we're going to do it. Like, the congregation is looking to sell the property. They've contacted a realtor. That's what their plan is. And he was like, I would hate to see that happen. So I don't know where you stand on this. And I was like, I'm just one person, but I have a voice, so I'll reach out and see if anyone else is interested. So he obviously doesn't want to see it get developed, and he wants to see it be something better.
Who is he? Like,
Somebody
To
in
the
the
church?
congregation.
Oh.
I don't know what his role is, whether he's on the board or somebody there, but somebody with the church. So I told him I would reach out, and I think it would be a great space for a garden or something, a community garden.
Yep.
We don't really have that in town.
So how, if you remember, I'm sure you do, the money that they were looking for was, well, a lot of it was going toward improving their parking area. And
Improving drainage
so
of the parking lot.
my question would be, why would they be willing to not, to, if they needed some money to do that, why would they, I don't think they did it. Did they do any park?
They didn't do any parking lot stuff. They
Do
wanted,
they do the tree stuff?
they pruned the tree, I know that. And I know they fertilized it in the past, but I don't know if they fertilized it
Do you
after we
people
met.
know what the significance of that tree is?
no.
It's one, Culver Road was planted with some huge oak, well, they weren't huge when they were planted, but back in the middle 1800s, right?
They cored it 20 years ago, maybe, and there's a plaque that says it's a bicentennial tree. So it was around in 1776.
Yeah, it's,
So it's well over 200.
if you see, a lot of those big oaks were planted like a long time ago. And that is one of the, is that the biggest oak tree in Monroe County, or?
Or the oldest anyway.
I think-
Probably the oldest for sure.
I know of an older one on Winona.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
white oak. It's the same size, but it grows slower. I
yeah,
think that's the oldest one in town, but that's got to be number 2.
right. Yeah, so it's pretty significant in that. So it's right opposite where Hoffman is, the cemetery on Culver.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like
Cemetery,
kitty
church.
corner to the churches.
I just want to look it up on a map.
Yeah,
The address is 3802 Culver
voting
Road.
site.
That's why I knew it.
Yeah, oh yeah, right.
I turn there every day, so,
We used to go there for the Boy Scouts for the trees.
sure.
I grew up right there.
Did you really?
What if they
Oh
weren't
my
willing
gosh.
to donate it? What other means of?
So let's go back to the letter. So I sent the letter on to Bill and Aaron, and Bill said
Yeah, I'm sorry, who's Bill?
Bill is the Director of Community Development.
Oh, it has not been sent yet.
No.
Pardon me?
I was just asking if it had been sent. I wasn't sure.
No, not yet. So he likes the idea, but he just believes our approach should be changed to accomplish what the goal is here.
Okay.
So we don't have any legal representation
No.
to go forward with it. And he wasn't sure if, that the letter attached suggests removing the fact that the Conservation Board has identified the tree, or the lot,
Okay.
the specific property, because it kind of makes it sound like we're looking for lots.
Yeah.
As an advisory board,
Yeah, we don't have that.
he doesn't think that the board should be actively searching for specific properties.
In code, the Conservation Board's duties are to identify open space.
Public, I think, though, isn't it? Not private.
I just think it was all open space.
Okay.
I could be wrong, though. It's just one word I might have missed. And really, all I want to do is start the conversation.
Right,
Because
right.
There's,
And
there's
he,
DEC land acquisition grants, if they want 50 grand or whatever, it shouldn't be much to write a grant for that. It's just a matter of having the church not go forward with selling the property, because once a developer gets his hands on it, we'll never get it back.
right. So, and he felt that it should be a little bit more heartfelt from you partnering
Okay.
with the Conservation Board. And then reaching out to the church as a partnership with the idea of preserving the space and the potential of the community garden or future park or something.
Okay.
That's how he felt it should be written.
I tried to stay out of that side of it. I just want to keep it general.
Right,
But yeah, if
Right.
that's the approach, I'm in.
and then he just talked about how the Conservation Board doesn't have a budget for legal services to weigh in on
Yep.
something of this magnitude, and I don't know if maybe we can talk to Aaron, and maybe Aaron can talk to the town attorney. I know that they're only letting, it's not like it used to be where I could just email the town attorney and ask them. They shut it off,
Understood?
so,
So before we can support it as a board, we have to have the opinion of the attorney then? Is that what they're saying, or
I
can you
don't think
just
so.
reference
I think it's
us?
just, it comes from Scott, and then Scott says he's working, because you're not a part of the conservation board.
No.
Right.
No, so you're working with the.
as a town and as a town, I don't know what that's the thing, I don't know what the legalities are of you as a town employee saying,
Right.
would you basically want to donate this to the town.
But that's why you left it vague.
That's where we
Yeah.
want to go.
Yeah, because I like the way it was just, hey, we want to start a conversation.
Yeah.
Right, right. Maybe we should invite him to the board meeting.
It's another idea.
That's a good idea.
Is that a good idea or a bad
Well,
idea?
I may want to
Oh, it'd be
invite
a
the
bad
attorney
idea.
then too, to make sure we don't go in the wrong direction. I mean, when
We just don't make
Cut the power
offers.
to the mics.
We can't make
We
any,
can always have a conversation.
yeah,
just,
but I mean, if
Yeah, I
it,
think-
but if we can't commit
don't-
to anything, how
I
is he
think
gonna
we
feel
should
on
meet.
the other end of
I
that
think you, Bill,
conversation?
Aaron, and I should meet.
Even
Okay.
just
To talk about
suggesting
this.
that we want to.
'Cause then we can get
wanna
Bill's
explore
direct
it, maybe
perspective.
would prevent
'Cause I'm
them
like
from
the
moving
third party
forward
here.
with contacting a realtor.
And
or
I don't like
whatever
being
and
Well-
getting down that
You're doing
road.
great.
'Cause I mean, once a realtor gets involved, they've got a
Oh, yeah,
stake in it too.
no, I know.
So if that was our case, then we should do a little research and find out what funding would, if they're gonna lose, if there was some funding available, then that would mitigate that problem.
Yeah, as of now, the DEC grants aren't open. And even if that was the case, you would have to apply, wait months and months for approval, and by the time you actually got the money, it'd be a year from now. But I just kinda wanted to talk to them and be like, hey,
Yeah, I think you
Before
wanna
they-
put the
people
idea in
wanna
their
see
head.
this happen, not just us, people. Like I know residents do.
They
on that
probably do
street.
too. They don't want development right next to them if they could avoid it,
Yeah.
I would think.
I live on Avondale,
Mhm.
so I get dog bite all the time.
Can we do like a door-to-door campaign?
Yeah,
Is there anything stopping us?
I could try to get my neighbors on board, I guess.
Save this space.
I really think that, before we do anything, we should, I think Scott, Aaron, and Bill, and if you want me to, I don't have to, but I will, sit together and
Sure.
go over his points.
Sounds good.
Cause he's looking at it as a town liability.
Sure, of course, that's his job.
I agree.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say Michelle will set up.
Would it be helpful for me to sit in too, or not? Or not really at this point?
Are you sure if you'd like to? Are you free during the day?
Most days?
Okay. Okay. I'll do that. And then we can go from there. I'm sorry that I didn't get it back sooner, but,
Yeah, that works. We'll have a meeting, figure out what we're gonna do.
just,
Right, wrong, or indifferent.
right,
Yep.
right. And
Yeah.
he said, like he said, he likes the idea. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be a great little pocket park
Yeah, no, I think we
It
all
would
like
be
the idea.
absolutely
I don't
perfect.
know if anybody
But
who
it's just
wouldn't
up-
like it. but-
about how to go about it.
Right,
Yeah.
How,
exactly.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks for initiating that, Scott.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Yeah.
could turn out to be a great
I hope it does.
accomplishment.
When he like called you to say, "Hey, they're gonna sell this," did you say like, "Okay, I'm gonna see if we can figure something out," or you're just like, "Okay, great, thanks for letting me know." Like, how does that?
I just
What does
told
that
him-
initial conversation look like?
I just told him that I would love the idea of it becoming something else than an open market sale.
Yeah, gotcha.
And just kind of left it open-ended. I said there's a lot of possibilities with it. And I will talk to other people and get their opinions and see if there's an avenue where we can do something different.
Okay, so you would have thought if they were gonna go ahead the other way, they would have let you know again before they did that, hopefully.
Cal Ripken Park.
Never know.
Kill Lipkin Park.
We should reach out to him.
Money
He's got
talks.
gazillions.
Yeah. Well, Junior, didn't he live on Pleasant Way too? No, I'm thinking of somebody else. Ken, the other baseball player, Ken.
Oh, you're talking about the umpire? Ken Kaiser?
No,
Sitco?
he was married to Michelle Squires for a while. I can't remember his name.
Ken something?
Hang on, my husband will know. if you wanna go on. Lawn signs, lawn signs.
Okay, so I was just thinking that like lawn signs get a lot of visibility, and so we could use them for lots of different messages that we might want to convey, but knowing that like we're kind of already in migration season, that was the first one that came to mind. Kind of like encouraging people to turn their lights off at night so birds can navigate properly. So I didn't, knowing that we have like maybe $100
Got a $100
very,
budget.
very low budget.
Oh, I thought we had two.
Maybe it's two.
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know if there was one. So, knowing that it's a low budget, whatever it is, I didn't like look into any more about like what that would cost to do. But I do know that there is a company somewhere that like recycles old like political lawn signs. So I'm wondering if we could get like discounted frames or something like that. I have no idea. And then I'm also wondering if anyone who'd be willing to like print them for us would give us a discount if we like designed them and wasn't asking them to do any like work beyond printing them. And then I thought it could be like something either we give out at farmers markets or we put on social media to see if people want them, and whoever we know in the area that wants them, and that kind of thing. And I didn't bring it up at the EMC meeting, but I don't know if they're, as like a larger organization, if they have budgets that they can like donate to towns for that kind of thing, or if it could be something that I bring up at the EMC meeting and it just becomes a Monroe County thing or something. So
Yeah, they
Yeah.
would definitely have a bigger budget than we would.
Maybe this is something that they do that we could piggyback off.
right.
Yeah,
So
no,
idea,
if
though.
they wanted to come up with the signs and we could volunteer to
Kurt
place them
Schilling.
Kurt
various
Schilling.
points in the town and things like
He was
that.
a Red Wing.
I have a
Dated-
friend,
didn't
too,
marry.
is a printer, and he's a printing educator now. And
okay.
he has been for years at what used to be the Genesee Co-op. It became the Center for the Arts. It's on Monroe Avenue, opposite Oxford Street. that
Oh,
old
Flower
firehouse
City Art
building.
Center. Yeah.
Yeah, he teaches printing classes there. And he also has a shop of his own with, some offset printing equipment and stuff. So I could, if it comes to, well, I can just talk. I talk to him
Yeah.
every week, so I can
That'd be great.
just,
See if he has any input.
see. He could have his, he could, when he has his class, he could just set it up. And
Yeah.
probably,
Hey, we're gonna
Make
teach you
it
how
part
to
of-
make it.
so and it would just be a matter of materials. then.
Yeah.
That is all we'd probably have to do, but, anyway, I'll run it by him and at the next meeting or.
Yeah. So I was also thinking like, I don't know what we're allowed to do at the farmers market, but if we had lawn signs and we could like give them out, are we allowed to like say like, oh, you can give a donation for the lawn sign if you want, and then we add that to like a budget for other conservation board projects, like, so get like more community engagement that way. So
What were we gonna make money on years ago that,
We can't make money.
I know, but
We can't make money.
I'm
Can
trying
we
to
raise-
remember what it
raise-
was where we got our little slap on the hand for, what was that, what were we doing? That was many years ago.
It was a while ago.
So it sounds like we can't ask for donations then? is
We
that-
can't ask for donations.
Okay.
No.
can people donate? Like, can we raise money or no?
No.
Not at all. Gotcha.
Not really, I don't think so.
We have to put it somewhere, and then we can't do that.
Like, if you ever watch a town board meeting, you see the resolutions that go through, like for the police department or for the Winterfest. There's donations that are put in and it's gotta go through the town board to be approved by resolution. So there's a little,
We can take donations that
print
are not
some.
monetary though, right? Like my
thi-
buddy did the printing. We could do that. Correct, I would think.
I would think volunteer work isn't considered a monetary
Right.
donation.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
My kids and my wife helped us do Christmas trees.
Did you
How
guys
did we get all the
They hardly
burlap
charged us any.
and twine?
You donate candy
That
when
we
you have
handed
these little
out.
parades and you throw 'em.
Donated it.
You donated it.
Are we allowed to like request a budget for something like that?
I know we have a budget, but I don't know if it's 100 or 200.
How did we get the budget? Like,
And what's the process for saying like, okay, we're gonna spend some of the budget on X, Y, or Z? Like, I don't know anything.
Yeah, 'cause we could burn through.
Forget how we got this money. We got some.
Possibly,
Yeah, I think
but
they get
it's
us like
not
20
unallocated.
cents if we're lucky.
Does that mean
Might have had something to do
Oh,
with the
yeah, so
garden,
not even.
budget talk?
the rain garden.
It's not my forte.
I think it was before dance time, and Jack's not here.
Yeah, so.
Jack would have
You're
remembered.
the only one who would know.
Made
It was Kimmy, wasn't it?
I'm sure Kimmy was involved, sure. Yeah, because I think it might have had something to do with the rain garden or something, but
Flowers, plants.
yeah, it's hard to say.
Well, anyway,
Everything was, so donations, yes. How we get them, I don't know. But I know Kimmy, so for example, the butterfly garden that's over by McAvoy,
Yeah,
all those items were donated.
right.
And we went and did something in the town as a community conservation board thing.
so it's the items that were donated though. People didn't donate money and then we went and bought stuff.
Right.
Okay, they
Yeah.
donated
So it was
items.
all stuff for a butterfly garden
Yep.
that we had, the conservation board had, and then met up at McAvoy and planted them.
Okay,
Does that help?
so it
Oh,
sounds like,
It would cover,
so
it
it
would
sounds
cover
like.
free
if-
printing.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So if you could find out about printing.
We can
and-
ask for forgiveness anyway. Right?
So like,
you said
if a
something-
printer was willing,
To donate.
To donate their
That should be
printing
fine.
services.
You just can't take in money, because then you gotta trace the money, and then we don't know where we're gonna
Yeah.
spend the money, and
that's so
then it's a hot
complicated.
mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of,
You gotta stay away
Or
from
the
money.
EMC could do it and we could
Yeah.
latch on.
Okay. All right.
We'll figure out a way to make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, migration season is going to be over by the time that happens, but for next season.
Next time.
Yeah, meanwhile, there's a million eagles. There's like, I was down there last Thursday or Friday before it refroze again. And I saw 8 eagles.
Yeah.
And there was a photographer I knew down there, and she saw 16 eagles.
Wow.
Did you see the nest on Lakeshore?
Yeah, oh yeah, that thing's huge.
did you see the post about the rat poison?
I did.
Is that real or no?
What?
I don't know.
No.
I hope it's not real.
I can't tell if that, some of that stuff's just people trolling.
Oh, okay.
It looked like a photo that they got off of Google. I
Yeah,
hope it was.
It looked
but
fake.
Oh, see, you can't even, oh,
What,
I
trying to
thought it was
poison
real,
eagles?
because
Never seen it.
I've never heard of it.
No, the eagle.
oh,
What is?
People poisoned rats. The rats run out of your garage or your house and go in a field and die, and then the eagle comes down and eats the rat, and then the eagle gets poisoned.
So they wanted to stop the rat poison, but restaurants have to do it because you don't want rats in your restaurant.
Yeah.
So, and then, the picture looked weird, how they got that close to a dead eagle
Yeah, it was.
in the street.
What was it, a Facebook thing or something?
yeah.
It looked,
One more reason I don't do Facebook.
AI.
yeah. That was the end of it. They were waiting on toxicology reports from an eagle, and I'm like, what's going on?
But didn't they say they called the DEC and the DEC came and got the bird?
They were waiting on toxicology reports.
Oh,
But so, I don't know how a random person is waiting on toxicology reports. I don't know. It just
I saw a dead one on the edge of the thruway, not too far from Montezuma. It probably got hit by probably was swooping on something and a
Yeah.
semi hit it or something.
That'd make a dent.
They're kind of also scavengers, though.
Oh, they'll eat. Yeah, they'll eat. They'll go to deer roadkill.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I saw one years ago on a deer over by 65 and 251, that roundabout there,
Yeah, yeah.
going toward Honeoye Falls. They built a house where I saw an eagle on a big deer just chewing away.
Yeah, I can't remember what his name was, but when I was at DEC years ago, the guy who started the program at Montezuma for the eagles nesting there was still working there at that time.
Wow.
So, I mean, the eagles haven't been around all that long. This area.
It's definitely cool to see them.
Yep, that's for sure.
This is unrelated, but I had a pair of great horned owls in my backyard like 2 weeks ago. It was so cool.
Oh, nice.
Just hooting away.
Thanks.
You don't see him again?
I haven't seen them again, no. I was hoping they'd stick around and nest, but haven't heard them again anyway.
Cool.
Okay. So I don't know if there's any other new business we haven't covered. I guess the first item on the unfinished business is the planning board sign-up sheet. I did January. I guess we don't have it. We didn't have anybody for February.
So do you have to go to both, like the planning board workshop and the meeting? Is that the idea?
Usually just the workshop,
Oh, okay.
unless it's a,
Well, unless it's something that really involves us, and then they sometimes have questions at the,
and then you go to both. Like if it's an if an EPOD application comes for the Conservation Board's review, you'll want to be at both. March, I wouldn't have to don't worry about March 10th.
Canceled, you said.
Got
It's
canceled.
already been canceled.
I could do May.
We wanted to pass around the sheet or something like that.
Can't do April, but I can do any other one.
I could probably do April.
Steve?
Yep.
Okay. I'm adding it right into the minutes.
Great.
Alex was mad.
okay, I could do October or November again.
Did you see that?
I could do October or November, either one.
October. You want October, Dan?
Sure.
I'll do September.
I'll do, July.
What?
What's left, I'll take one.
August or December or November?
How about December?
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know how much longer we'll have Jack.
And that too. But I have an application that somebody submitted, and I didn't want to go through the interview process yet until we had an opening.
Yep.
So, and I'm not gonna, we have to wait.
Yeah.
I can't tell somebody to,
I'm just saying, Jack would ordinarily sign up for something, but
yeah, and he
but
may,
if they have an opening at the place he's looking to move to, then he'll be gone.
Maybe
We
we
don't
should get
know
him
when
in
that
early
is.
then.
He doesn't know.
Maybe we should get him in early. in
or
the
he could
process.
attend
That's what I
with,
was thinking. I'll give him April.
Seriously. You want to give him April?
No, I got it. I'm on it.
Oh, you got April.
yeah, Steve has April.
Okay.
I have Alex for May.
You know what, Jack will come along if there's something that's really he's interested in, if there's a proposal that has environmental impact, especially if there's any people are doing anything like removing trees or moving earth on steep slopes, he'll
That guy ever come back
be
over?
sure to, he always tags along just to make sure.
He left me a message. Oneida. Or Rhonda.
Okay, so what have we got then so far?
So I have Steve for April, I have Alex for May, I have Gary for June, Katie for July, open August, Noel for September, Dan for October, open for November, and George for December.
Okay, well,
Okay?
we've still got Patrick to put in somewhere,
Yep.
and maybe, Jack.
We can check on them in the next meeting. If they can't, then we'll fill it out with whoever.
Yeah,
can.
because we've got the next few months
Yeah.
covered anyway, so
Okay.
we're just,
Perfect. You all have been getting the agendas, right, on the?
yeah.
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 Okay.
Okay. Tree Town USA.
Trees are ordered. I ordered 80 for street tree planting. 14 different species. I did another 40 for this property, a couple of the parks, and cemeteries. Of those 40, there's 25 different species. So I'm trying to mix things up a bit. A couple really like unique and specimen type species for like these properties and the parks and stuff. And oh, the little seedlings I ordered too. I don't think you were here last meeting. I ordered me, not the town, ordered 100 seedlings from the Albany nursery through the DEC to plant down in the flats by where I live, because there's a bunch of town-owned properties behind the houses and stuff, just big wooded lots that just got crushed by the ash borer, and they're completely dead. The whole wooded area's just been annihilated, so
Yeah.
there's been a lot of flooding issues and other stuff, and there's not a budget to plant 100-something trees, so I just got little seedlings, and I asked if anyone would want to help me plant those, and everyone seemed excited about it, so when they come in the end of April, it's going to have to happen quick, because you can't keep them for more than a week or so, or else they're going to dry out and die.
I'm not gonna put that in
How are you
So-
gonna keep the deer from eating them?
That's the other issue. I gotta get either fences or grow tubes. Going back and forth of what I wanna do. Fences aesthetically look a lot better, because you don't see the fence. Just like a welded wire fence. Grow tubes are better because the weeds and stuff don't get in there. And they contain the branches until it gets to 4 foot high or whatever, and then they kinda spread out. But they're very expensive. So,
Can we get a hold of a bunch of Irish Spring soap?
yeah.
When I was in Honeyray Falls, we had planted some fruit trees in the back, and I read somewhere that Irish Spring, if you just
Yeah.
hung a little bit of Irish Spring from the branch, it would
Yeah.
keep the deer away, and it worked.
Okay.
Ask
I
for
don't even know if they sell Irish Spring soap anymore.
Yeah, they do.
They
Do
do,
they?
Get it by the case.
Ah,
yeah.
I don't
You
know,
might
it's
wanna-
cheaper, the tubes or the soap?
Oh, yeah, well, you could reach out to the Arundecoit Community Cupboard, see if they have an overflow of soap,
I mean, can
of
we,
Irish Spring soap.
but like, can we
I don't know if we
ask
wanna
people
put
to
deterrents
donate
in the woods, though.
Olds wire fencing if they have it? Like, I know I have some, you know,
I don't have any.
100 trees,
Like-
that's a lot of,
I go through in the garden, but
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work, but it'll be worth it.
planting, it's not that, it's keeping those,
Protect them.
because you're hard pressed to go into any forest or any open area for that matter and find a tree seedling, you know, because the deer are just gobble up everything. I couldn't find one on my 1.25 acre property, not one.
You ordered the trees already?
I did, yeah.
Where'd that money come from? The town?
My pocket. Yeah.
what species did you say you got?
American sycamore, river birch, silver maple, and sweet gum.
Yeah, the river birch is good,
Yeah, they're all species that do well in
yeah.
wet areas, so, and majority of them go fast. So they'll get big enough where they're not gonna get crushed.
That's
by
something
deer.
that would be good if we could get a GoFundMe for, you know, I mean, we can't
It's money
do
again.
it, but,
Right, so where's the line there? Like, we can ask for a donation of an item, but we can't ask for a donation of money designated to buy a specific item.
Cause you gotta trace the money, so if you do an audit, the money gets lost, it gets,
Yeah.
it's town, so. you
Government.
Government, yeah, you get in trouble.
Yeah, 'cause it's a nonprofit.
Could we like set up a link to buy something that gets shipped to us?
A wish list.
Right?
I
Like if you like
know.
put a link to purchase something
just-
on a post on social media or something and let people, they pay for it and then it just ships to one of us.
Yeah.
Well, if we're gonna plant these in April, that'd be kinda hard to do.
But in the future, I like the idea. It's a
What if
question I
we,
can't answer though.
Scott, Scott, what if we put them in the ground, okay, close to each other for now?
Just
Right?
heal
Cause you
them.
can transplant them up to a couple inches, right? I mean, right?
You could definitely heal them in for a while and then,
Then we could protect them by a fence for, until they got to a, just make like a nursery.
you're
like-
talking about like creating a nursery until they're
Until,
viable trees and then.
this way we
transplant.
can, because we don't have a lot of time, there's no way we're gonna be able to plant these trees and get them protected unless we keep them in a small area.
I just worry that once they're big, there's no shot we're getting them into the field. At least 100 of them.
No shot that you're gonna what?
Physically, I don't think we're gonna be able to carry 100 large trees into the swamp and plant them all.
Well, I was thinking more of, I mean, they could be an inch. Look at
Yeah.
the Boy Scouts, you know how good they are.
Yeah, it's something to consider, yeah.
But to me, it's almost certain.
There's definitely gonna be some loss, whether it's, even
I
if it's
I would-
50%, I'd be happy with 50 trees going in.
I bet you'd get less than 10%. Judging from what I see by,
Yeah,
I mean, I cruise around the woods a lot.
Less than 10% eaten, or less than.
Lots of 10% after.
Survival.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking, constantly looking at their noses to the
Is there like
ground.
fencing at the DPW?
It's
laying
not
around?
enough for them to eat. I mean,
I don't know how
I'm sure we could find something.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll figure a way.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll help you out so I can.
We'll make it happen.
All
But
right.
like I said, once they do come in, which I assume is gonna be the last week in April or so, we'll have to move pretty quick.
Right. So we got at least one more meeting.
Yeah, we got
before
one
they
more
come in
meeting to
and
figure it out.
Just figure out when we're gonna do
Will
it.
you get a date of when they'll be delivered before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get a little heads
Just
up.
gonna show up. Okay.
Okay. All right. Anything else on Tree Town?
That's all I got.
Okay.
We're gonna have to figure out our planting for Arbor Day, but we got
Oh.
another meeting for that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, farmers markets. So we were gonna try to come up with some ideas for that, so it sounds like signs. If we can get some signs, that would be one idea. And I know the county recycling advisory committee, or the recycling people from the county always come in for one. I got a meeting with them next week. Maybe I can tie them down to what month they would be interested in.
Okay.
What's the first date for the farmer's market for
March,
what,
right?
what month?
That girl's name, Caitlin.
Cause Jack and I always do
birdhouses.
the birdhouses, and it
Right.
makes a lot of sense to do them before the birds actually.
Yeah, so like
The
one of the
kids
first
love
months.
it. You know.
Yeah.
Another idea I had was for farmers markets, because one of the goals at the farmers market is like community outreach, right?
Door
And like education. Is that
Okay.
what Aaron said once? Yeah.
Definitely.
Sure.
Okay.
I got this from Caitlin.
There's a couple winter markets, it looks like. One tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
one April 3rd, so those will be in the outdoor market building over there. And then the
Yeah.
ones by the gazebo start May 1st.
Yeah. That's four, they start at four, right?
Still, yeah.
May through what, October they usually go?
Yeah. It says, yep, May 1st, to October 9th.
Well, we should do that, that would be the latest date. Either do the one in April inside, I don't, what kind of turnout do you get? Do people bring the families and stuff to those?
No idea.
I haven't been to one of those.
I haven't either. Is it during the day and, I mean, when are they, the winter ones?
Same,
It's 4 to 9.
same time, yeah.
Okay.
So they had some food trucks and stuff, I think.
So I mean, the outdoor ones are, most of them are during the summer, or a lot of them are during the summer months, then you get lots of families to those.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
don't know what you get on the winter ones.
I mean, I say it'd be best if we focused our stuff for the
The outdoor.
more trafficked outdoor
Yeah.
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 markets.
Well, we still, I mean, they can still do it then. I'll talk to Jack.
He's got some
We can always,
stuff ready to
we
go.
can always do it if they don't show up. It's just a matter of a bunch of boxes with the, because I go around and
We're not planning on attending until May, correct? Is
I
that
think
what?
that's right.
Yeah.
All right, because I'm sending an
Yeah.
email to Caitlin. The farmer's market group sent me an email with a form, registration form. Remember back, we used to have to fill out the registration form and have insurances for people and stuff like that. So I want to get clarification from the group to see if that's what we need as well. But we're not
Okay.
planning on starting anything until May, so I have a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I would say.
perfect. Talking about setting up some days to attend a farmer's
Unless
market.
Jack wants to go
Come
early
May.
over the birdhouses, but
Yeah.
is May good enough?
oh yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's a vendor
Oh, that's
application.
the birds.
And I can see it
I
with
talked to
the
him.
vendors that have to come and have to have insurances and stuff like that. But I don't know about our board.
I mean, it seems
Oh,
like we
it's
did have to do that, we
We-
asked the county to certify that they were
Yep,
insured.
I had
insured
a
and
whole
all that
bunch
stuff
of
once, but-
forms that I filled out and I had to send over, and I just want to clarify,
Okay,
because I
Well-
don't want to say, yes, invite somebody, and then have
right.
the market people come back and say, no, you're not.
yeah, okay.
Need
Well,
to
we'll get more
find the
specific
vendor
next
form.
meeting then, before the first outdoor market.
I'm wondering if we could get you know how the zoo sells wildflower seeds in the spring? Are you familiar with that? Oh, well, they do. You can get like crazy amounts of them. But I wonder if they would donate some packets that we could like hand out at farmers markets.
Good idea.
And we could even like, if people are like not able to like dig up the sod so they can do that, we could have like a Saturday or something that a few people can sign up for us to do it for them or something. Expand our pollinator gardens.
What happened to our seed bank? Is that still going?
It's still at the library.
I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah, it's there.
Deb Meritor, I think, wasn't she the one that was active in that from the
Yeah.
board?
Yeah. Where did those seeds come from? Somebody donated those?
Yeah,
to-
and
Yeah,
there's,
mostly.
yeah, and from the master gardeners that, and there was just,
Yeah, that's through the cooperative extension, then, is the master gardeners.
yeah, I'm not sure I'm not sure how they were involved, but, that was Deb's thing.
Giveaway, though. That's a nice, that'd
Yeah.
be a good idea at the farmer's market.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Seed giveaway.
All right.
Do we have wildflower gardens on town property?
We have rain garden.
rain garden, butterfly garden.
Yeah, we got pollinator garden at McAvoy that, like
Oh.
you said,
Oh,
Kim
right.
put in. Couple random ones throughout town. Some at Camp Eastman, some along the expressway. They're all over. Not really dedicated areas, they're just kind of sporadic. But it would be cool to have like an educational garden, like this is here, this is what it does.
Maybe we could just turn any unused grassy areas into native gardens.
Yeah.
There's no reason for it to be Kentucky bluegrass.
Along
Near
the
the church.
590, it used to be more,
Yeah.
there used to be a lot more activity going on with the people planning that. Seems to have died off.
Yeah.
I don't know who,
I don't remember what group was doing it, but they lost interest.
All right, well, so then the next meeting, maybe we can start getting a little more specific. I mean, probably planning you guys for the first one, and then I'll see when the county can come out and do their thing, and we'll try to fill in some other blanks.
Pollinator Week is in June, so maybe we can like start doing that around then
Yeah,
for the next one.
yeah. And I mean, we could do it all through
Yeah.
the year, because like if you plant, you're supposed to plant in what? Beginning of April, right? I don't know.
All right, social media updates.
Yeah.
more
we
like me.
had 940 likes on Facebook and 974 follows. We also have 13 likes on Instagram, which is linked to the Facebook, so whatever we put on Facebook goes onto the Instagram, so whatever ideas you guys have, pictures, I'll send my number in an email. You can just send them to me or email me if you guys take pictures and yeah, just anything, any ideas.
I saw something somebody posted, it was a friend, about the skunks. That it's mating season for skunks, and if you bring your dog outside to make a lot of noise.
Oh God, my dog would be.
The first time it thaws, the skunks come out.
Oh. We had two running down the street the other day.
I had one in my driveway.
My daughter was afraid to come out of the car. She had just gotten home and saw him running down the street and was like, I'm not getting out.
I think it was last year, we had one just kind of walking casually all around the neighborhood in the middle of the day.
Good for a friend.
Crazy.
Okay, Deer Management Program Board, I still have
Nothing
never
to
been
report.
one, so.
Yay.
No news is good news.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we,
Okay, EMC report?
I wouldn't say there was anything to report from this last meeting. There was unless there's something I'm supposed to report, but they had like a representative from a heating company come in and talk about some different heating options and incentives and stuff that you can get as far as taxes go. He was gonna send us his slides, but I never saw them, so I'll ask for them and then I can send them along. And then we did get the 2025 like work plan for the EMC, so I'll forward that too.
Okay. Steve, are you still passing that around?
oh, I didn't even, I don't have time to look at something that's in detail, so,
Yeah, well, like I said, if people want a copy of it, we can always make copies.
yeah.
I would take the
Steve.
the email. That Michelle
Is this you?
Yep.
Also on the topic of like,
Maybe.
I don't know,
The
don't worry
internet was
about it,
funky or
'cause
something.
I'll send it to you again.
If not, just email. Cause you have that.
Monroe County environmental things.
Okay. This is easy.
So everyone knows there's like the March for Science on Friday outside the Science Center, and then the Climate Summit at the beginning of April. So,
Wait, what's the March for Science?
what?
What was the March for Science? I'm sorry, I missed.
Oh, one of my clients told me about it today. It's on Friday at 5:30 outside the Science Museum. So, I can't go, tragically,
I can't go either, but that's nice to know.
but the Climate Summit, Saturday is like just open to the general public, and you have to register, but Friday is geared toward like businesses and organizations. So if anyone goes, like, I wonder if we'd find some farmers market ideas or something like that.
I'm
So.
going to be there for my company.
Oh, great.
Cool.
Nice.
I'm sorry, what was that second one?
The climate summit?
Is when?
What?
When?
April 4th and 5th.
Okay, so the thing on Friday is a March for Science. What, I mean, is it an actual march or what?
Well, there's like the March for Science in
Or is it the
DC,
month of
however
March?
many years ago. So I think it's just like a Rochester, smaller one. Protest, I think.
Okay, yeah, because I know there was something several years ago, I think when Donald Trump was first elected, there was something about, science is real. I mean, people
Oh.
marching with signs and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's along those lines.
Okay, so it's a protest more than a,
I think they're calling it a march.
okay,
It's a public display of support for science.
okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay, the Recycling Advisory Committee. The main topic there, or the person who did the presentation, was Greg McLean from Region 8 DEC. He's what used to be called the Regional Solid Waste Engineer. I don't remember what they call him anymore. It's waste management or materials management or something like that. But anyway, he did a presentation on upcoming, what's going to be new in solid waste in the state for this year, and that's the thing that I sent around by email. I sent a copy of his presentation
was
around.
impossible to read.
Oh, really?
Like just the background and the color of the font was.
Oh, well, if you come up with any questions specifically that you want some answers on, email me and I'll try to either figure it out or get to Greg and find the answer. But other than that, I mean, what they do at each Recycling Advisory Committee meeting is go through a bunch of different topics. I mean, Monroe County does an update on what kinds of things the recycling and solid waste people are doing. The city does the same thing. The haulers talk about issues that are going on with waste haulers in the county. And then there's somebody from the Monroe County Recycling Center that gives some specific, pricing information and how things are being affected. They noted that when these tariffs go into effect, it's going to really impact some of the recycling, because especially in Western New York, a lot of the recycling, both the waste material and what's sorted goes back and forth across the border. And if there's tariffs involved now in that, that's really going to impact or maybe kill some of those recycling projects. So that was something that anybody had thought of before, but more joy from the new administration. All right, so I think that was pretty much it on the Recycling Advisory Committee. And like I said, if you had questions on what I forwarded people, let me know. Even though it's been a long time, I used to work in that program in Region 8, but it's been a long time. Liaison report, anything more than what you were talking about already?
I had someone reach out from a Girl Scout troop, and they want to do a kind of like informational tree planting, kind of like, I don't know, my initial thought was to have them join our Arbor Day planting, but then I thought Girl Scouts can't come on a Friday afternoon because everyone's in school. So I'm going to talk with Aaron and see if we could figure out like a Saturday volunteer day or something, and kind of coordinate with them, and just because I don't know if there's a badge or something associated with it, but they want to get hands-on and learn about trees and plant something, and I think that'd be a cool thing to get involved with. So that's in the works for some time end of April.
Okay.
Could they help plant all of the trees that you've ordered? Get really hands-on.
Get an army. There might be too much poison ivy in there for that.
Learn. Identify.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I took a class in college, and it was a plant ID class, and my professor, we had to do like a winter ID. Sorry, this is very off topic, but she, like, winter, no leaves on anything, and she wouldn't tell us what we were IDing until the end, and she was like, when we got back to the classroom, she was like, well, a lot of you better wash your hands because you just touched a bunch of poison ivy.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so that's how I learned it, because I touched it.
Oh.
Oh god.
Are you
Well,
allergic?
I know. What if you're allergic?
Yeah, I know.
Oof.
Well, this is even more off topic, but speaking of poison ivy, I remember when I was a kid, we waited for the bus out there. One of the girls next door said, "Oh, I never get poison ivy. Why?
Oh.
Look at this. I can rub it all over my face and my arms, and I never get it." And a day or two later, she had poison ivy all over her arms.
Oh, yeah.
God.
So I don't think she ever did that.
The area that we're going to be planting, since all the trees died, poison ivy's kind of taken over and grown up the dead trees. And one of them fell right in the backyard of this property. It was a town tree, so we had to clean it up, and it fell right on the septic tank. So we couldn't get any equipment back there. So we cut it up and hauled it out in the back of a golf cart, but we had to cut through poison ivy with a chainsaw and lift the rounds up and put them in the back of a golf cart and get them out of there. And
Didn't somebody end up allergic in that group?
I got it. The guy cutting got it.
Thanks.
It was fun. And of course, it was the middle of summer, so nobody wanted to wear long sleeves and masks and all that. It was
Thanks.
a fun couple
Yikes.
days.
Poison
Not
ivy,
good.
a wonderful thing.
You can, I was never, prone to get it until I was about over 30, and I was around it a lot too, but you can, you can all of a sudden develop things like that you were.
Like a typical allergy, and they come and go.
Repeat exposure, I think, exacerbates it.
Yeah,
My
probably.
wife never used to get it, and she would boast about that. Offer to deal with it anytime I found some, and then at a certain point in her life, it just hit her bad.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Must be similar like bee stings. 'Cause don't you get
Well-
more
I had to go get a
more
cortisone
susceptible?
shot the last time I got poison ivy.
Really?
Yikes. Wow. Okay, so I guess we don't need a planning board representative this month. There's nothing.
Nope, I have the
No
planning
meeting
board
this
workshop was canceled and no new applications were received.
Okay.
Now come April,
Oh, really?
I have 8 addresses within the town of Arundecoit that are going to be that Crown Castle is proposing to install 8 new poles for microcell 5G.
Okay.
So I've been a little bit busy because they have to go through the town board for a special use permit first, per the code for telecommunications, and then they have to go to planning board for site plan approval. So, it's been a little busy.
Are they gonna be in E-pods, you think?
No.
Okay.
Nope, they're in the public right of way.
So we may not still have any involvement from us directly, but,
No, I don't think so, but
okay. Well, then you volunteered for a good one.
Well, not necessarily. I'll volunteer for March.
I was gonna do that.
Hey,
Okay.
you,
All right, well,
I
and
think I still got the wrong number.
I just haven't gotten anything.
This guy just gave me a really nasty, why are you still texting me? We're told
Oh, did he?
this is a wrong number. I do not
jeez.
care about Scott Davis. Nor do I care about his family or his business. Lose my number.
Thanks.
Oh my god, just block. Like,
Who are you texting?
That's the no, you
This
just
is
said that
fake
number
me.
was the right number.
585. No, has a 9 in front of it. It's
Not 585.
0782. Not 97.
That's it. See, what you just told me.
No, but the number you just showed me with my
Block
name.
that number, Steve. All right.
All right, so,
finish the
did
meeting.
anybody want a copy of this? or-
0782.
We're
Okay.
gonna scan and send out, I think, right?
Yeah, I was gonna scan it and send it out.
Okay.
Send him a
You're
whole
okay with that?
That's what I got. That's what I just sent it.
like all of us smiling.
I just sent it to that.
078. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
now why did it come up 9?
Okay.
Oh,
I'm not imagining
yes,
things,
I
am
was
I?
just gonna say,
All right.
would anyone like to move that we adjourn? I think we're all set.
yes, I
Okay,
motion.
we have a motion,
Second.
second, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.